Hello, 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 everyone. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up. It is Monday, January 19th, 2026, and it is time for our live. If you are on or hopping on, give me a shout out. Let me know that you're here with me. We are going to be creating the 5 cards you see in front of me tonight. This is my January Just Cards class. If you are not familiar with my January or my Just Cards class, it is a class that you can earn for free with a minimum $45 product purchase. And that's after any rewards have been applied, but before shipping and tax. So you're paying $45 plus shipping and tax. You get the card class for free. So you get all the components to make the cards. Everything is die cut, embossed, whatever, packaged in an envelope. There's a little bag in one of the envelopes with any of the gems that you might need, or embellishments, I should say. And you also get a color PDF emailed to you to help you when you're putting the cards together. So basically, really all you'll need are your inks, your glue, and your greetings. Hello, everyone. Hi, Judy. You made it on time. Yay. Hey, Melinda. Good to see you. I know, cold West Virginia. Cold. I know. They were just showing it's supposed to be 0 degrees tomorrow down at the Cozy Craft Nest in Gettysburg. So I'm glad I came home tonight. Hi, Verna. Hello, everyone. I have an assistant with me tonight. My sweet husband is going to be helping me with your comments. I unfortunately did have another bleed and I've lost the sight in my left eye temporarily. So it's going to be a challenge tonight. And please forgive me if things are just slightly crooked, because that seems to be one of the impacts. I can't line anything up. Hey, Jerry, good to see you. So if you hear a man's voice, that's why he's telling me what you're saying. So, but we're gonna create these cards. Again, it's a free card class with a minimum $45 product purchase. After rewards and before shipping and tax. You can also purchase the class outright for $20. We do ask for $5 if you are long distance Stampin' Buddies, and I'm mailing the kit to you just to help with the mailing costs, which actually the cost of the postage now is even over $5, and then when you put the envelope and everything in there. So it's just a little bit to help us. Oh, thanks, Judy. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty much timing it out now, and it seems to happen between every 3 and 4 months. So it just must build up, and then just the vessels just burst. So, I'm very blessed that I have the site I have. So I'm not complaining, just giving you a heads up why things might be a little different tonight. All right, so we're going to work on these. I do want to introduce you if you haven't seen it or you haven't gotten it yet, because this one, I mean, the blue designer series paper that we played with last month, the True Blue, which was the product of the month for January, was amazing, and I love it, and I'm still playing with it. But they hit it out of the park this month. This is only the second month of product of the month. Look at this greeting set. Happy birthday. You're on my mind. Thank you. Sending love. Hello. You can do anything. Thank you so much. Hooray. To a fabulous friend, just because, and there are simply no words for this. This is a great greeting set. And if you're like me, you never have enough greetings. I don't care how many stamp sets I own, I never have enough greetings. So I was really excited when this one came out, and I had to make sure that I grabbed it as soon as I possibly could. So this is only $5 with a $75 product order, plus you earn rewards on the $5, right? So you're going to get a little bit of a kickback, if you will. But it's a really great, of course, it's photopolymer, right? You've seen the packaging, you've seen me show you how I do this. So yeah, it's a good one. And as you can see, it's really dirty. I'm already playing with it. Dirty. It gets stained. It's photopolymer. Of course it does. Hey, Debbie, thank you. Hi, Carol Deacon. Good to see you. Hey, Sharon. All my buddies are here. That's awesome. Thank you. All right. So, one little other side caveat is that we pulled the pictures out right before the live, or the cards out right before the live to take the picture. So this is kind of going to be hit or miss. Which card am I doing right now out of which tote beside me? But I'm going to start with this guy. So this is what I call a barn door fold, right? But we've got a little hidden piece back there behind the focal image. Those are really easy to line up if you've never done that. I'm going to show you that tonight. This is such a pretty card, and I love, love, love the colors because, I am a purple fan, right? Thank you, Verna. Eh, you know, could be worse. Could be a whole lot worse. I will take what I got. Okay, basic beige. Basic beige is really one of my favorite um neutrals. I like it a little bit better than white. I definitely like it better than vanilla. I'm just not a vanilla girl unless it's the fall, right? But I like that it's more the substance of our regular cardstock or the weight of our regular cardstock. And it just makes a great neutral tone. So Lori just flew in too from Gettysburg, and I'm looking for my adhesive because it's not where it is down at the nest. It's at a totally different location here. Oh my goodness. So how's everybody's weekend? I had the shocking surprise of snow Saturday morning when I went to move my car to get my room for my guests that were coming in for retreat on Saturday. Did y'all get snow? That's going to be our background. And then we're going to take our layers here and just mount those two. Make sure I have the right background here. So there's a couple different, yep. And you can, if you're designing a barn door card, you can make them any size you want. Just make sure your layers coordinate with the size of that front flap. And then this should line up with your sides of your background. So it's all seamless, right? You did? Not a lot though, fortunately. Yeah, I know. Same here. We had about 2 inches, 2.5 inches. You had 9 inches in New York and it was cold. See, this is why I will never, never live in New York. And I think my in-laws figured that out pretty early on because they learned of my really dislike for snow. All right, so we've got textured notes, die cutting going on for our image. I love that. That is one of my go-to die sets, and I know they retired the stamp set. I actually believe it's been discontinued at this point, the stamp set. But fortunately, they recognized that they did not want to. Oh, sorry, I just really nailed the piano. Retire the dies. And I did it again. Boy, they. All right, so we're going to go ahead. I took this die cut from Wonderful Thought Dies, and we're going to add a little liquid glue. Pop that down here in the corner. I'm very brave. That means I cannot mess up that greeting, right? Because I already mounted the die. So we're using Berry Burst. And I have to find that greeting. That's going to be the tricky part. I don't think that's it. I think that's it. So, wish me luck on getting it straight because that's the challenge right now. Nothing wants to go on straight. That's a little off center, but I can work with that. I can work with that. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I had myself all set up at the nest that I could clean it up. But the product that I had set up didn't work. So God love my husband. He did come down and save us. And then he cleaned up here the next day. Yeah, Rick was a huge snow lover when I met him. As he's gotten older, he's decided it's really not anything he cares to participate in very often. Once a year, he says. Once a year is good, especially if it falls right over Christmas, right? That's the only time I really want to see snow. Okay, so we've got our layer. We're just going to mount that here. Put adhesive just along the bottom edge. So there is a PDF, I think I said that earlier, that comes with this class, but now you also would have the video to go back and watch it. And of course, the PDF provides you with all the measurements, etc. There we go. We're going to bring this piece in. This has also been die cut with the textured notes dies. And do I want to be brave a second time? Perhaps not. Perhaps I'll play it safer this time. I'm looking for my Blackberry Bliss ink now. And my stamp. And we really want to stamp it in the correct orientation. So well, now watch, I'll be too far to the left because I made the adjustment. Hey, Betty. Oh, Sharon, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, and then this, I die cut in berry burst and I just cut the top flower off because I didn't need the whole thing for the inside. I just wanted a little bit of an accent. So again, we're going to add some liquid glue. And pop that in the bottom corner. Now here is the trick. I'm going to put my adhesive on here. And I'm going to kind of center that behind. So my fingers are picking up the adhesive. Behind and close. And now it will be aligned. Well, hi there. Nora Lee? Is it Nora Lee? Hi, Nora Lee. I'm glad you found me. I used to live in Etters. That's where my husband and I had our first home. I am just up the road from you in Dillsburg. All right, so there we go. So, whoops, wrong gems. Hold on, find the right gems, Laura. Here we go. These, I think, well, I know they're last chance, and I don't think they have discontinued yet. I'm hoping not anyway, because we're using them. But you know what? If you have them, then this might give you an idea. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, because this one is just a little bit more off center than I want it. I'm still going to put my larger gem down here in the corner, kind of anchors it, right? And then I'm going to come up. Now, you will not get 3 gems. You will get 1 because you will do a better job. But I'm just going to pop one there, a smaller one. And then I'm going to pop one, where? How about over here? What do you think? Like maybe right there. And then we have our arc. So an arc or a V, right, for your gems. And now I fixed my boo-boo. It's not so noticeable that I was off center. All right, so that is the first project in the class. Set that one aside and we'll grab the next one. I'm not putting anything away yet because I'm not sure what I need. How about this guy? I love playing with our designer papers. I do believe truly that we have some of the prettiest designer papers on the market. And I have not done a lot with this happy birthday set, simply because it's a little snarky. Is that the word the kids use today? But this one made me laugh because it says happy birthday in the front. Let's get this party started so I can be home by 9. Anybody relate? I used to be the girl that would go out till 2 or 3 in the morning. Those days are long gone. Not that I don't still do it when I'm at a retreat. I stay up all night sometimes with my girlfriends. But if I'm going out, I'm going to want to be home long before that. All right, so Calypso Coral is our card base. Here's some of the other greetings in that set if you haven't noticed it. And I think this one is on the last chance list as well. So many candles, free cake, or happy birthday, free cake. I mean, let's get this party started. Older, but still cool. Older, but not wiser. I don't know about you, but I feel like you're not 29 anymore. And it's all fun and games until your metabolism slows down. Uh, Here's to another year of questionable decisions. And treat yourself because I didn't get you anything. So there you go. We're going to use some Calypso Coral and some Night of Navy. And then I used the Stone and Ivy embossing folder, 3D embossing folder. This is new, right? Love that. And then we just brought in some of my favorite designer paper right now, Brushed with Beauty, right? So we're going to do a little crisscross. This is just a piece cut, right? And then cut on the diagonal. So all those measurements are in that PDF. Okay, so we're going to layer it like that. Let's go ahead and do some of that. And this, I always tell you this, and you, if you get any of my card classes, you will experience it. But if I had something to die cut, it would come right out of this layer. I'm saving cardstock, I'm saving weight on my card, and no one's ever going to see it because that embossed layer goes right over top. So keep that in mind as you're designing, because anything we can do, and cents add up. I mean, it might only save you 10 cents, but you know what? 10 cents is 10 cents, and you do that 10 times and you've got $1 saved, right? All right, so let me find my silicone pad, which is usually right beside me. You have that stamp set? Yeah. You're in bed by night. I try to get my husband to go to bed early. It doesn't happen very often. Because he works, and he works at a school district. So he is up early. Early. So we're going to do the left side first, because you can see it goes in under. And I grabbed my silicone pad so that when I could do this with liquid glue, but I can just as easily do it with my seal. And I can go point to point with my silicone pad, protecting my work surface. Leave a little bit of a border around each edge. And then we'll come back in and do the same thing on the opposite piece. There we go. This is going to get mounted to the card front. So as you can see, these are quick and easy cards. If you are local to me, you have the option to attend the in-person class at my home in Dillsburg. If you're long distance, like I said, all you'll need is your greetings, your inks, and your adhesives, because everything else is die cut, embossed, and provided. I'm also starting a version of this class at the Cozy Craft Nest, the retreat house that I have down in Gettysburg. So it won't be 5 cards. And because it'll be an in-person only class down there, you'll get to play more with the die cutting and that type of thing if you want to come down there. I need to bring in more of a contrast so I can see what I'm mounting to. Hey, look at that. All right. I love the nice bold font of that happy birthday greeting as well, right? I'm gonna put 4 of these across just so it doesn't dip in the middle. Who has the Brushed with Beauty designer paper? Anybody yet? And then we're gonna put that right about there, hopefully centered. That looks pretty good. And then here's another money. Let me try that again. Here is another money savings tip for you in that we don't have to put a full 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white in here. We can add a layer that coordinates, the color that coordinates on the inside, smaller, and then put a piece of white just on that. So what I typically do for my white is it's 3 by 4, which means that I can get 6 pieces out and still have 2 inches by 8.5 left. And then I just do an 1/8 or 1/4, depending on how much you want your border to be, a little bit bigger. So you have that contrast, right? I don't do it for all my cards, but I do it for several now. And if you're somebody, I had somebody at retreat this weekend, and we were talking about that. I was showing them that and talking about it. And one of the girls said to the other one, "Well, you don't like to write in cards anyway, so that's perfect for you." That made me chuckle. All right. Oh, please tell me that's straight. It looks pretty straight, huh? All right. You're ordering it? It's very pretty. I love it. It's my favorite right now, I think. At least that's the one I keep reaching for when I'm designing. Although I do like the one, and that's my creativity delivered this month, which, believe it or not, it's coming. We'll do that. We'll do that class next week together. Um, it coordinates with the Lovely Arrangements bundle. That has got to be right now my favorite product line. And it did not appear in my newsletter on Friday because I just talked about my favorites out of the mini catalog, and that happens to be one of the online exclusives for January. So I'll do another list coming up in next week's newsletter for the online exclusives. And then we're going to put some gems on there. And these are the 25-27. I know there's a flap. 25-27 flat in color pearls. And I'm using the Timid Tiger with the Calypso Coral. And I think it works lovely. Tell me what you think. As soon as I pull this out of here and not pop off every gem that I have on there. Yeah, just 2. Just 2. All right, so we're going to do a large one up here. We're going to do a small one down here. And a middle size. I love it when we have 3 sizes, right? Let me go right there. So what do you think? Do you think that Timid Tiger works with the Calypso Coral? I could have done Secret Sea too with the Night of Navy, right? So you could choose, you could mix it up and put some Night of Navy on there. I think that would work well. I mean, Secret Sea on there. That would work lovely. I'm talking too much. My tongue's getting in front of my eye teeth. Did you ever hear that saying before? All right, so there's our second one. Let's. Hey, Debbie. Oh, Rick says hi, Debbie. All right, moving on. Let's see what's up next. Let's clean up some of this first. Okay, I think I'm into the next box, believe it or not. This is our masculine birthday card. Cute little fun fold. I thought it looked like a little envelope with a seal. I don't know. That might have just been me when I was designing, trying to get creative. Good. I'm glad you like that color combo. All right, so thank God for circle punches. And I know this is last chance, and this may have even retired, but I have a lot of this paper. Can't tell you the name of it right now off the top of my head, but it went with the texture. I'm looking. Woven Textures. That's the name of it. Woven Textures paper. It's a great, excuse me, are you all right? Okay. My husband's choking to death over here. But this is great masculine paper. I love this paper. Obviously, that's why I bought a lot of it. And you can substitute something else if you want to recreate this card. You don't have to use the papers I use, obviously. But it really is nice. See, here's my circle cut out that I needed. No one's going to know because this is going to go right over it. And it's going to reduce the weight on the card. Now, I don't recommend you do what I just did and put adhesive that's going to show through the circle. So we'll bring in the silicone pad again. Okay. This piece is going to go on our front flap. So if you like quick and easy cards that you can put together at home with very minimal supplies, then this is a class for you, right? Line up my edges so everything coordinates. I'm going to bring in my circles. And I need to grab my stamp. So here's a funny for you. I have the coneflower stamp set, right? I have yet to make a coneflower with it. I've used the heck out of a lot of the other products or pieces in the stamp set, but the coneflower just hasn't made it to my table yet. It could be a gift card holder. Absolutely. It could be. Let's find the right stamp here. It's your day. I'll center that as the best as I can, one-eyed. There we go. And then we're going to grab some pecan pie. And a piece of scrap paper because we're going to off stamp. You don't even know what that is. Okay. Nothing I'm using anymore. And we're going to do some speckle. Light speckle, just because I'm using the basic beige because it is one of my faves, but I wanted just a little bit of a background. I think I'm probably good. Speckle to your heart's content, or you're satisfied with what you've got. And we're going to mount that to our circle. Then for the inside, okay, I got one more stamp here. There it is. I think this is a cool stamp. It says, "I love that I've known you for so many birthdays." So it's for a longtime friend. Now, I didn't speckle this one. You could. I left enough room down there. You could even mount it, stamp it a little higher so that you can sign it. But again, this is one of those cards. If you don't like to write on the inside of cards, you won't have to because there's not enough space. Of course, you could always put something on the back to give you more space to write. So we're going to go ahead and mount this piece first. I did have sticky come through the circle section. That's okay. It'll just give us a little more grip. This is going to go on the center, or in the center, I should say. Okay. It's your day. I'm trying to decide. I can't remember which one I mounted first. I think I mounted the inside first. That's a little tip. Just so, yeah, it'd be easier to line up, right? So I'm still hiding all the greeting, but that's going to make it really easy. Now that got adhesive all over the back. This is just getting across the top edge, right? So just down about that far, because you don't want to seal your card shut either. There we go. Okay, just like that. Cute, cute, cute. Grab some of these neutral matte dots. When you design a month in advance for this class and then they do the discontinued stuff, sometimes you just get caught. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. Yay. I'm always happy when you guys like what I do. So this one just has two sizes. Now, I remember you being a particularly stubborn gem. So I'm going to grab my take your pick tool. We're going to use 2 large this time because we have some extra white space there. And just do that. And there we go. There's a masculine birthday card. You could do that same front on a full card base if you wanted to have an inside section to your card, but you had more space to write. Absolutely, right? Because basically all you need to do is create the fold, cut it at 8.5 by 5.5 instead of 5.5 by 4.25, which is what my early espresso is. But I thought that was cute. I like the way that one came out. That was me experimenting. Oh, sometimes it's scary. All right. Hey, was that 3 already? Oh my goodness. That was 3 already. Let's do a thinking of you next. And again, if I'm using papers that you don't have and you want to try to recreate these cards at home on your own, and aren't getting the kit, then that's fine. You substitute whatever you've got, right? Absolutely. All right, so we have Petunia Pop. And speaking of Petunia Pop, February is a great month, or even January is a great month to stock up on the soon to be retired in colors, right? So the 24, 26 colors, which Petunia Pop, Summer Splash, I'm trying to read them because I can't remember, Shy Shamrock, Pretty in Pink, and Peach Pie will be retiring. This is a good time to get your re-inkers, maybe another set of blends, or at least a set of blends, the blends that you're using the most of, right? Because they will go away. The ribbon, the cardstock, any embellishments. Now's the time to stock up because as they start to sell out, it's unlikely that Stampin' Up is going to replenish, or at least repeatedly replenish, right? Since it's retiring. So just keep that in mind as you're placing your orders. Maybe add something from the retiring in colors so you don't miss out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do our black and white paper. Oh, thanks, Verna. That's supposed to go edge to edge. I'm so used to creating a border, and this time I did not. And adding something from the retiring in colors may get you closer to that product of the month. And somebody put an order in, and I haven't seen her this month, so I didn't get to remind her. She put an order in one day this weekend, and sadly, she was at $73 and change. And I'm like, oh, another dollar, whatever, and she would have been eligible to add that fabulous greeting set to her order. I felt bad. And you can't go back and add it after the fact, unfortunately. I think that one, the last one didn't sell out as far as I know, but I think that one, Mike, that greeting set is really good. And I don't know about you, but it's been a really long time since I was able to buy that number of stamp set for $5. All right, so we have that. We're going to go ahead and mount our pretty strip on the left side. And we're going to grab our liquid glue again. And this makes me mad that I forgot to use the adhesive sheet. I so often do that. I'm going to try real hard to remember for class to add adhesive strip to dies like this. Not a strip, but adhesive sheet to die. Oh, that's not good. To dies like this. Just makes life a little bit easier, right? And if you're not familiar with the adhesive sheet, or the adhesive sheet, it comes in pieces 6x12, and you get several pieces in the package. I can't remember off the top of my head how many. It might be a 10 or a dozen. So then you just cut them to the size that you need as you're creating. So there's our pretty petunia pop. And I believe that is from Beautiful Motifs. Let me tell you for sure. It is from Beautiful Motifs, that little flower. All right, so we've got perennial postage die was used to create this piece. I realized when I was packing these kits, I've not used Memento Black in forever. I've been really enjoying stamping with all of our colors. So I'm really hoping this is inked well. We'll see. Till I can't even see that. This is a wing and a prayer right here, guys. Nope, I am off. All right, we're going to try the other side. Ha! Did it. What'd you say? Amazing. Amazing. Might as well just said amazing. Amazing. She did it. He's so cute. All right. And I was put tape on the wrong side. I'm going to back that with black. Okay. That is going to go right over with just a little tiny bit of white on each side, right? And I'm trying to see if I put that on with dimensionals. I did not. So we're going to add some adhesive there and make sure we're splitting that. There we go. And then on the inside, I wish I had the right words for a time like this. Let's go ahead and mount the card front a while. So now I'm gravitating back to the wider borders. Are you noticing that? For so long, I've done so many cards with just the 1/8" border around it, but all of a sudden I'm liking that wide border again. And I think our tastes do that. I think they swing when you're in a craft. I mean, I've been a demonstrator for I think it's 23 years this year, but probably been stamping for more like 26. Of course, you're going to change and swing between different techniques and different effects. Black on black is not working tonight. That looks pretty good. Bring the card base back in. Mount this to the inside. So this is obviously not a 4x3, but it is a little bit smaller. So maybe you have enough white left over to do a label or something like that. Haven't gotten any contact yet. As a matter of fact, Thank God. I don't know who it was. I need to send her a thank you note. One of the in the leaders group for Stampin' Up, somebody mentioned about we only had 10 days left to register for cruise. I never got an email. So I tried to call today, but of course it is Martin Luther King Day. And so they were closed. So trust me, I'm calling first thing tomorrow because that gives me like 6 days left since I saw that post. I'm like, what? How did I miss this? All right, we're just going to add one of these cute little black down here in the corner. And that's going to finish that project off. So that is our, it could be a sympathy card. It could be a serious illness card. It could be a relationship ending card. I like that it's generic enough that you can use it for a lot of different occasions, right? No, I know in my head what I want. But we'll see. That may not be an option. I know they have their stuff planned out well in advance, so we'll just have to see. I saw Sarah put the card up that she sent me, which that was the most gorgeous card I have ever seen. So that was really sweet. All right. Well, oh, here it is. I'm like, where is the other card? Where's the last card? She likes that one. Oh, good. And this is our last one. Sorry for your loss. This is definitely a sympathy card. Okay. And it's using the new oh my goodness, Deborah. Well, I should have had that card ready for you, huh? I'm so sorry. The Petunia Pop one, Betty? Or the one I'm gonna do now? Prayers and Promises. So I believe this is $1 million design. I'm not sure about that. I don't see it on here. Oh, that would be sad. Yes, it is. $1 million sale. Carol Nordquist designed this. Great, another great greeting set. This one is not $5 with a $75 purchase, but it has a lot of beautiful greetings in it. More on the religious side, which I know we lack sometimes, so that's awesome. Praying that the Lord's promises will bring you hope and comfort in the days ahead, keeping you in my thoughts, holding you in my heart, remembering you in my prayers. As you grieve, may your memories comfort you, your faith strengthen you, and may hope heal your heart. May you feel God's care and healing as you recover. So sorry for your loss. So lots of great greetings in there. And it is $1 million to that set. So, okay. Pretty Peacock, one of my other favorite colors. And I love it, especially when we combine it with Lost Lagoon. I feel like everything's climbing in here on me. This paper is definitely still available. It's not even on last chance. And we're just going to mount those two together, backing it with the Lost Lagoon. All right, I think we got it that time. This is going to go right in the center of our card front. And sometimes you reach for ribbon and you don't have what you want or the color that you need. So my trick is always grab a piece of cardstock. It looks like ribbon going across there. They're not going to know you wanted ribbon, and it does what it needs to do. And I'll tell you, I remember the exact, well, not the exact day, but I remember the exact situation where I realized, hey, there's my solution. I had a Stamp-A-Stack, Christmas Stamp-A-Stack, and at the last minute, I got extra registrations. Or maybe I decided to do an extra card. I think I got an extra card. And so I ran downstairs that morning and I designed this Christmas card and I needed ribbon and I didn't have enough. And so I put the SOS out to my friends and somebody said, I've got it. And in the meantime, I went, I'll just put a strip of cardstock across there. And it worked perfectly. So that's how necessity is the mother of invention. That's how that happened. So yeah, you don't have the ribbon, just use a piece of cardstock. And you can make it whatever width you want. All right, so this is again from Prayers and Promises. We're using peacock ink, and we're going to do our best. Lovely. I'll take that. That's pretty centered. At least it looks it to me. Don't tell me if it's not. Oh, good. Thank you. All right. So, you know my trick. We don't have a layering punch in this design. All right. So, I am simply, let me make sure that's somewhat straight. That would be helpful. There we go. I simply punch two. I think this is smoky slate I'm picking up. Or it may be gray granite. I think gray granite is the color in the designer series paper. I'm going to cut one in half lengthwise and one in half widthwise. And we're going to mount. And it doesn't really matter. You will get a little bit of a different look, but it doesn't really matter which way you start. The only thing that matters is kind of eyeball what you're getting on each side. So there's the top. We'll bring in the bottom. Trying to do, to mimic the top, right? It's a little harder when it's laying down and it's this thin. So let's do this. Let's try it this way. Hey, look at that. Worked much better. Oh, sometimes. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Pull it out just a little bit. And then we're going to do the ends. They're a little easier to do because there's a little bit. It's stuck. I must have glue down there. I was trying to feel which side was the correct side. Okay, this may be the hardest thing I've done with one eye tonight. There we go. That'll work. But this way, you look like you've nested something, even though you didn't have nesting punches, right? Oh, Betty liked the petunia pop one. Yeah, that one's pretty too. I like that one. Oh, who am I kidding? I like them all. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Just like that. There we have it. And again, I used very few dimensionals this month, which usually, you know, I'm a dimensional queen. But this month, for some reason, decided flat was good. There we go. And then these are so pretty. These are the new earthen matte dots. Let me pull them out. Because we hide stuff under that flap, don't we? Aren't they pretty? I love them. Pecan pie, Lost Lagoon. I can't remember. Cajun Craze, I think, or not. And then that is one of the grays. I don't think it's basic black. So we're going to use Lost Lagoon. We're going to go with two of the small ones. That is not what I want. This is what I want. And we're just going to put them on the die cut or on the punch. I knew that one went down too low. Let's pick that guy up. There we go. There we go. Okay. Inside, let's get this out of the way. I'm going to keep it plastic with it. Inside is just the standard insert that we've been doing forever, right? The 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to stamp that in Lost Lagoon. And try to do it in the correct orientation. And oh, jeez, hit the light and everything. How's that look? Does that look straight? I think that looks straight. inside the card. I love it when the seal decides to take the cardstock somewhere you didn't really intend for it to go. I thought I was mounting it upside down for half a second there. There we go. There is project number 5. So 5-card class, free with a minimum $45 product purchase on my website. The link is listed in the description below. And that is after any rewards are applied and before shipping and tax. So you're actually paying $45, right? Before the shipping and tax. In-person class at my home in Dillsburg, the second Tuesday of every month at 3 p.m. Or you can do a porch pickup if you're local and can't get to the class. You also have the option for long distance. We can mail them to you. We just ask for $5 to assist with covering the mailing costs. What do you think? Which one was your favorite? I know Betty liked the Petunia Pop. You know that's one of my favorites too because it's purple, right? I designed 12 cards this weekend at my retreat, so I'm really excited because I actually have a couple of freebie Fridays done ahead. If you don't know what freebie Friday is, every Friday when you subscribe to my newsletter, every Friday you get the latest information from me or Stampin' Up, as well as you get a PDF for a card. Sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're more involved. Petunia Pop is another winner with Debbie. It's your day. I like that one too. I think that's cool. Thank you, Judy. Thanks for joining us. Carol likes them all. So does Jerry. All right, ladies. Hey, have a great week. Stay warm, stay out of the snow. I'm ready for winter to be over already. I think it just really got its kickstart. And I'll be back live next Monday night with our creativity delivered class for January. So watch my newsletter on Friday if you want a sneak peek of the projects, and otherwise I will see you then. Take care, everyone. Have a great night. Bye.